Hey, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about why I think cryptocurrency is a bad investment and things you can do to have better, safer, more reliable investments. First thing I want to talk about is a story that every time I think about it, I want to cry because I'm counting the numbers, potentially lost millions and millions of dollars, and why I should have done it. And number two, I want to talk to you about how there's such a false sense of security in crypto while you think you're on top of the world and it possibly could be all slipping through your fingers. And number three, I want to talk to you about a more secure, stable, and tangible asset that cannot be taken away from you. Let's talk about the story that makes me want to cry every time I think about the dollars lost, the financial gain I could have received from this. So I had a rental house, and one of my tenants was one of the largest Bitcoin miners in Florida at this time. This was in 2013. This tenant, every time I turned around, he was offering to pay me in Bitcoin. And me being the intelligent guy I am, I didn't take it. I did not take this money. And let me talk to you about why. Why I didn't take it. Because I didn't understand it, first of all. It was so new. Even though Ben Bernanke said it's going to possibly be the next currency of our time, I saw great things from it, but I didn't quite understand it. It had a bad stigma with me. You know, I didn't see it as tangible. I didn't know how I would even take hold of this money or how I would even spend it. Well, going into what we know now, I potentially gave away $27 million looking over the life of what I would have made on this Bitcoin by taking it for a year and a half as rent. But here's what I did do. I kept taking this tenant's money every single month, and I kept depositing it into a bank account. I kept paying the mortgage down on this house. I kept building equity, and now I've sold that house, and I did make a $30,000 profit plus several tax write-offs and having that house for over multiple years' time. It worked out okay, but not taking the Bitcoin was a big mistake on my part, but I just didn't understand it. I didn't do the due diligence. I didn't spend the time to research it. I should have educated myself at the end of the day, and that's the biggest thing I want to project is educate, do the due diligence, and research, research, research. Let's talk about number two, my false sense of security, not knowing, and money was actually slipping through my fingers this entire time. So during the same time frame, when I was too afraid to take Bitcoin, I was actually mining Litecoin. I had 5 miners. You know, you can actually buy these machines, they mine, they go all night, they hum, they scream, they burn your electricity bill, they skyrocket your electricity bill. I can't say enough how much electricity they take. And they're loud and they're hot. They create heat in your house. But I was mining Litecoin. I got up to almost 3,900 Litecoin. And lo and behold, I wasn't smart enough. Once again, it came down to my education, not understanding it, and thinking that I had something that could not be taken away from me, where I should have went and got a digital wallet and transferred all these Litecoin out of space or wherever it was coming from and transferred it to a hard drive that was protected and I had access to. Well, I never did that. And this company was hacked that I was mining through, and all of it was taken away, and roughly to the tune of about $900,000 was gone before I knew it. Now that I've shared all this with you and how completely unstable digital currency is, you might have a friend or a family member or even yourself could be mining these things like Bitcoin or Litecoin or Dogecoin, whatever it is. I encourage you to share this and subscribe because it helps somebody else. You know, don't make the mistake that I made of not transferring to a digital wallet, not transferring to a hard drive and protecting what you're working for. But now I'm going to get into the more secure, stable, tangible asset that no one can come in and take from you overnight without you even knowing it's happening. But before I do, go ahead and hit subscribe and share this video. All right, let's get back into it. As you well know, I am the landman. I have a company called The Land Sharks, and I teach people how to buy and sell multiple parcels of land per year and create a massive passive income that will change you and your family's lives and others that you help by doing it along the way. So let's talk about that more secure, stable, tangible asset. As you probably know, drum roll please, you know I'm probably talking about land. Yes, I'm talking about land. So we are buying land at massive, massive discounts from people that need our help, need us to come in and save the day. I want to tell you a little story about a piece of land that my father bought from this little old lady a couple years ago. Yes, my dad does land as well. He's kind of does a little bit different than I do. My dad likes to buy and sell fast. Like he's fast, in and out, in and out, in and out, moving the money. He doesn't really do passive income. He likes those quick chunks of cash. I prefer the small chunks of cash for the next 30 years. Added up every single day. But he does quick ones, and he was buying a piece of land from this sweet lady that was just selling this land that she had inherited to buy Christmas presents for her entire family. She was selling this land so she can serve others, and my dad was able to kind of go in and buy this land from her. She gave him a great discount, and then he found a great buyer that paid him quick cash for this land. He made a win for himself, he made a win for the seller, and a win for his land buyer. But let me talk about why this is secure, why this is tangible, why it's not just completely unregulated and volatile. Land is something that you can't just go and steal. You know, you can dig some up and take it away in a wheelbarrow, but there's always going to be more underneath that land. You can cut all the trees down, trees will grow back. Then you just have pasture land or grassland. You can burn it all down, that's okay. It'll all come back. The deer love it, the animals love it. It's actually, you know, the Native Americans would go through and actually set fires after they would leave their camp, and they would come back the following year, and this land would be extremely beautiful and green during the springtime. And I've seen it happen with other mountainside land that we bought. All I'm getting at is you can't take it away. You can't hurt it. It's just vacant raw land. There's no house to be burnt down. It's not as volatile as all I'm getting at, and it's always going to be there. No one can come and just take it from you in the middle of the night and steal it from you. And if you're buying it at a massive discount, you're building in a hedge of protection that gets you in there. You're buying this asset at pennies on the dollar, and then you can turn around and sell it to someone that wants this land and is willing to give you a down payment that hopefully will cover your purchase price. That way you can get your money back out, you get your security, and then you continuously rinse and repeat. All right, thanks for sticking with me through this extremely controversial subject on why I think cryptocurrency is a bad investment and why I think land is an amazing, tangible, secure investment that you can build your way to generational wealth by buying and selling land. So, I've got a free gift for you. It's my land buying roadmap. In this land buying roadmap, my team, when I say we, I have an amazing team. You know, I could not have done this without my team, but every time me or my team buy a piece of land or a house or a rental, whatever, we use the land buying roadmap because these are our checklists, our items that we want to make sure we know before we pull the trigger on a purchase. And it's yours today for free by going below in the description and clicking on the link.